I volunteered at a nonprofit for 2 years until I discovered where the donations really went. I found the spreadsheet by accident while covering for my boss during her vacation. One click on the wrong folder, and suddenly I was staring at the real financial records of Hope Horizon, the children's charity I dedicated 20 hours a week to for the past 2 years. Our executive director Diane always told us 85% of donations went directly to helping homeless youth. The spreadsheet told a different story: 62% to administrative costs, 23% to fundraising expenses, and a mere 15% to actual programs for children. My volunteer journey with Hope Horizon began after my younger brother died of an overdose. He'd spent his teens on the streets, and I wanted to honor his memory by helping kids avoid his fate. I declined paid jobs to devote time to the cause, believing every hour I gave meant more resources for vulnerable youth. For 2 years, I organized donation drives, renovated a youth center with my own hands, and shared tearful stories at fundraising galas. I'd even convinced my company to make Hope Horizon their official charity, bringing in nearly $50,000 last quarter alone. The spreadsheet showed where that money went: Diane's $180,000 salary, the board's quarterly retreats to Napa Valley, and office renovations, including a $12,000 custom desk for Diane while our youth center still had leaking pipes and broken heaters. Most disturbing was the special projects category: $32,000 allocated to a consulting company owned by Diane's husband. The services listed were vague: strategic planning and organizational development. The company's address was their home. I printed the document and spent the weekend verifying what I'd found. The disparity between our public reports and these internal numbers wasn't just misleading, it was fraudulent. Monday morning, I requested a meeting with our board president, Sarah. I'd known her for years and trusted her integrity. "I found something concerning," I said, sliding the papers across her desk. Sarah glanced at them, then looked up, not with shock but with annoyance. "Where did you get these?" she asked. "That's not important. What matters is that we're lying to donors. People think they're feeding hungry kids, not paying for wine tours and designer furniture." Sarah sighed. "This is how untarfers work, Emily. Do you think anyone would donate if we said most of their money goes to keeping the lights on? Diane has built this organization from nothing. She deserves compensation that reflects her value, and her husband's consulting company, the one that doesn't seem to exist beyond a PO box?" "Board approved," Sarah said dismissively. "Mark provides valuable insights." I realized then that Sarah wasn't surprised by the documents. She was complicit. That evening, I drafted resignation emails to both Diane and our volunteers. To Diane, I attached the spreadsheet and my letter of resignation. To our volunteers, good people donating their time believing they were making a difference, I sent only my goodbye. The temptation to expose everything was overwhelming, but without whistleblower protections, I risked being sued for defamation. I started volunteering at a shelter that served meals directly to homeless youth. No administration, no galas, just immediate impact. 2 months later, Hope Horizon held their annual fundraising gala. My former corporate contacts called asking why I wasn't there. I declined to comment, but suggested they request detailed financial reports before donating. Last week, Diane spotted me serving meals downtown. She approached with her camera-ready smile. "We've missed you. The children keep asking where you went." "Which children, Diane? The ones getting 15 cents of every dollar, or the imaginary ones in your annual report?" Her smile disappeared. "So do I replied, continuing to fill plates with food that would actually reach hungry kids. That night, I received a cease and desist letter from Hope Horizon's lawyer claiming I was spreading damaging misinformation. I framed it and hung it in my apartment, a reminder that doing good requires more than good intentions. It requires vigilance. Sometimes the greatest act of service isn't what you give, but what you refuse to support.